Things are heating up for VR with the Bigscreen Beyond 2 now announced, and in the first 24 hours, the Beyond 2 sold the same amount as the original Beyond 1 did in the first 6 months of sales, which is pretty insane for a purely PCVR based headset. For around £1,000 you get a headset that weighs only 107 grams, 116 degrees field of view, a nice resolution, and that's assuming you'll be using 90Hz of 1920 by 1920, that's then upscaled to around 2.5K. You get micro OLED displays and optional eye tracking, and it also has a larger sweet spot than the original headset, which was one of the main complaints from original investors. So far this looks to be a big win for VR, and it seems interest in PCVR and high-end fidelity VR gaming is going full circle, which I'm absolutely excited to see happen. We need high-end VR games and experiences to show the potential of VR. And then of course we have the constant teasing of Valve's potentially upcoming standalone VR headset, the Valve Deckard. Specs, controllers and more have already been shared online, and most recently, Sadly It's Bradley saw a Valve employee potentially playing Half-Life Alyx on Valve's new headset, suggesting there may well be a standalone version of Half-Life Alyx for the system at launch, which is something me and others have been talking about for quite some time. Now for me this is a pretty exciting time all round for VR, and next week we also have some big VR games coming and some others coming in the near future. Firstly we have Hitman World of Assassination new VR update, which is currently exclusive to PSVR2 and will be going live on March the 27th. And if you haven't seen it already, I made a video yesterday talking about my hands-on experience, and in my opinion, every PSVR2 owner should be hyped for this release. It's a stunning looking game, and finally we have some good VR interactions, making this a must-buy in my opinion. Also on the 27th, we have Wanderer Fragments of Fate, launching on MetaQuest 3, MetaQuest 2 and PSVR2. Last week I made a first impressions video using the MetaQuest version, and even though it was a bit rough around the edges in terms of performance, I was genuinely quite impressed with the visuals, but I do hope the developer does bring us some Quest 3 enhancements as soon as possible. It's a truly fantastic VR puzzle game that I'm very excited to experience all over again, and PCVR users won't have long to wait, as the Steam version will be launching hopefully around a month later. We also have Onward's hotly anticipated 2.0 update, which looks fantastic going by this trailer, and for me Onward always holds a special place in my heart as the real first tactical VR sim that I got into when I first got my PC. The 2.0 update goes live on March the 25th. It features a massive graphical overhaul across all the weapons, including 30 new weapons and utilities. There's also new map content, some of the maps have been upgraded, and there's a new operator system with over 20 characters. Train Sim World VR is coming next week to MetaQuest and sees you become a train driver in New York, transporting thousands of commuters with multiple trains available. Personally, I'm actually really looking forward to checking this out, and I should have a first impressions gameplay video for you very soon. Pinball FX is coming on April the 3rd and drops you into your own very cool looking 80s arcade. The base game comes with 3 tables with lots of licensed Williams pinball tables from franchises like Star Trek The Next Generation, Indiana Jones, Knight Rider, Battlestar Galactica, The Addams Family, Twilight Zone and many others via DLC. It's also got a mixed reality mode, and if you've never played pinball in VR, it's a fantastic experience, and I'll be definitely dropping a review as soon as I can. Slender Man: The Arrival is coming from Perp Games and is a reimagined version of the original survival horror experience from 2012. Personally, I've never played this flat screen, but I do obviously remember it because it went very viral. It drops you into an unforgiving forest, and it looks like you simply have to collect items and survive the night. And it'll be dropping on PCVR, PSVR2 and MetaQuest headsets on May the 13th. Another new game launched quietly this week called Electrician Simulator VR, which is a pretty positively received flat screen plumbing game, and you take on an electrician's role and have to learn the profession. You must install plug sockets, repair worn out equipment, assemble broken appliances, replace light bulbs, and lay wires in your customers' homes. There is also a realistic storyline, a DIY garage where you can repair your customers' damaged equipment, and it's on you to make sure you have the necessary equipment to complete each job. It's available right now on all platforms, so if you've already picked this up, please let me and others know what you think about it down in the comments. Staying on the genre of electrics, Elsewhere Electric is a new VR co-op puzzle game which reminds me personally of Nobody Talks and Everybody Explodes, if you remember that one, but this game puts one of you in VR and your partner outside of VR using a mobile app, and you must work together to solve the puzzles. It has a Severance kind of feel to it, which is an awesome TV show on Apple TV, and overall I think this game looks pretty cool, and I know a lot of people are looking for co-op games in VR. It'll be coming this summer on MetaQuest and Steam.
One turn.
Ready!
Elsewhere Electric relies on teamwork, precision, problem solving, and efficiency. For reasons which will become immediately clear once you enter our facility, the true nature of our work cannot be revealed to the public. Your work may be challenging.
We're in.
Your work may be confusing.
I can see you! I can see you!
Your work will be dangerous.
We need to get this door open. There's something in here.
But it's a risk Elsewhere Electric is willing to take.
A very old but cool VR experience called the Titanic VR is coming next month to MetaQuest 3 and MetaQuest 3S, which gives me hope it may actually be a decent port of the PCVR version, because back in the day I remember this being a pretty stunning looking game, and the developer has even stated they have been waiting to use the chipset of the Quest 3 because Quest 2 wasn't capable of delivering the experience they wanted to its fullest. In Titanic VR you embark on a submarine to explore the remains of the ship underwater, which is a great experience in itself, but then you also get to relive the moments of the ship actually striking the iceberg and witness the event as a passenger trying to survive. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Remember to please leave a like and subscribe for more VR content, and I'll see you on the next one.